Good evening from San Ignacio Town. With the 9 o'clock news, I am Patrick Jones. In the headlines, PUP leader pours shame on government for handling of Sunday's trip to the Sarstoon Island. Belizean artists are going to Carry Festa 12, and a burglary is reported in Punta Gorda Town. Stay tuned for details of these and other stories coming up after these messages.
The Belize Tire Depot, your one-stop destination. What you will find is a first-class selection of solid, dependable, quality products from the names you can trust. We carry a full line of urea and SureTech tools and equipment to meet every need, from light maintenance around the house to heavy-duty fieldwork. Our tire workshop features the full array of Pirelli, Nexen, and Nankang tires for every vehicle and any terrain. Our trained technicians' #1 priority is to ensure you and your family's safety and security on the road. It's all here at the Belize Tire Depot. From reliable equipment, world-class time-tested tires, to sturdy, durable tools. Merchandise that's built to last with quality guaranteed.
Are you always on the go? Tired of missing your favorite games while they're actually being played? Watch your games and sporting events live with Central TV and Internet's incredible MyTV. Simply log on to www.mitv.bz to get easy access to 25 channels, no matter where you are. With Central TV and Internet's MyTV, you're always in the game.
More vehicle owners are switching to the PureGuard line of motor oils, and with good reason. PureGuard comes in different grades and specifications. It carries the API certification and comes with the Westrac stamp of approval, guaranteed to make your engine run cleaner and longer, up to 10,000 miles. With PureGuard motor oil, your engine will have less wear and tear, give you maximum performance on the road, and give your vehicle better fuel mileage.
PureGuard, good quality, affordable oil.
Distributed exclusively by Westrac Limited, with branches in Spanish Lookout, Belmopan, Belize City, and Orange Walk Town.
Correction, dude. You broke. I just threw the ball.
This is really bad. What are we gonna do?
We?
Go to the door, ask for the ball back. Are you serious?
It's my ball, Myrtleback.
You're so dead. I'd run away.
Yeah, to Uruguay.
Kiss your life goodbye. Sorry.
Let's go.
Dad.
See you, dude. See ya. Remember me and your well.
Nice one. Some friends you are.
Hi. Tell him it was an accident, and we can fix the window. Come on. I'll come with you.
Loyalty. Pass it on.
You go first.
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Here now is the news in details. The trip to the Sarstoon Island on Sunday by the Belize Territorial Volunteers and the ensuing aggression by the Guatemalan military remains the talk of the country for a full 48 hours after the event. Today, the opposition People's United Party held a press conference where leader Francis Fonseca poured shame on the government of Prime Minister Dean Barrow for its handling of Sunday's encounter at the Sarstoon. Fonseca commended the Belize territorial volunteers and their supporters who made the trip by boat and were confronted by the Guatemalan military inside Belize's territorial waters.
Pride in our Belizean citizens who on Sunday, August 16th, gathered in the beautiful community of Barranco in southern Belize and embarked on a journey of courage and determination in support of Belize's territorial integrity and sovereign dignity. Pride in those who stood up to Guatemalan aggression in defense of our homeland. Pride in those who refused to be intimidated by their own government and said in a very, very clear and strong voice, Sarstoun Island is Belizean territory and we will not be prevented from traveling to Belizean territory. At the same time, we experience shame in our Belize government that failed in its most fundamental of duties, most fundamental of its obligations, the protection of its citizens and the protection and preservation of our nation state. Shame on this UDP government, shame on Prime Minister Barrow, shame on Foreign Minister Ellerington, shame on the Minister of National Security, John Saldivar. If this UDP government cannot stand up for and protect its citizens, Belizean citizens, if they refuse to protect and defend our territory, then they are useless. They must go. We want peace, and this has always been the position of the People's United Party. We want peace with Guatemala, and we must always work together to achieve that peace. But it must be based on respect, not on fear, not on intimidation, and certainly not on appeasement.
The PUP leader says that the opposition is demanding that the government acts swiftly to address Sunday's incursion by the Guatemalan military. According to Fonseca, the government needs to send a diplomatic note to Guatemala City demanding a full and unequivocal apology by Guatemala for the military's actions on Sunday. Furthermore, the PUP wants a full explanation of why the Guatemalan military acted in the manner in which they did and get a formal commitment that such actions and behavior will not be repeated. Fonseca also says that the PUP wants the most recent practice of Guatemalan military personnel stopping and questioning Belizean vessels in Belize's territorial waters to end immediately.
We demand of our government that they reassert control over the Sarstoun River. When is it that we lost control of the Sarstoun River and control over our part of that channel? We demand that they build the forward operating base immediately. There should be no delay in that matter. We appreciate and understand the urgency of establishing a more formal presence in Barranco, meaning we need to have not only the police presence, which right now is very, very limited, but we need to have in place customs and immigration in Barranco. So the establishment of that presence is critically important. And we need to once again re-internationalize this entire unfounded claim. It is certainly our view that the government of Belize over the past few years has not been doing a satisfactory job of keeping our international friends and partners properly informed and engaged in this matter. So it is clear to us that there is an urgent need for us to once again embark on a re-internationalization of this unfounded claim, to make sure that all of our friends understand what is taking place and appreciate the recent developments that have occurred as it relates to this unfounded claim.
One of the participants of Sunday's excursion to Sarstoon Island is Senator Lisa Schumann. She is a former Foreign Affairs Minister and also served in Belize's diplomatic corps for a number of years. Schumann says that Sunday's excursion proved that all Belizeans must be engaged on this crucial issue of the unfounded claim by Guatemala to half of the country.
I think it is important to note that there are Belizeans who believe that it isn't just the military or the diplomats or even the government that have a role to play in protecting and defending Belize. I am so glad that there are Belizeans who feel that it is important for them to make their own mark in terms of the history of this country. One thing will remain clear. It was absolutely and totally within our rights to go to Sarstoon, to travel around Sarstoon Island, and we are all in agreement that A, we must reassert our rights over the Sarstoon, and that forward operating base must be built. I'm pleased to be able to say that I was wrong, because when I was interviewed at the Sandbank, I was not of the opinion at that point in time that we would have been harassed or even approached by the Guatemalans. As events turned out, not only were we approached, they tried to prevent the boats from going, and we nevertheless still went ahead, went around Sarstoon Island and left without any of us having been detained or kept ultimately from what it is that we went to do, save and except for the big boat, the Dore, that was stopped from going by the Guatemalan gunboat, and they had a discussion. It is clear to me that the Guatemalans had the intention of stopping us if they could. They were not able to do so. And just like in the Battle of St. George's Key, when the small boats of Belizean patriots played a role, so too it was the small boats of the Sarstoon Island expedition that were able to make their way clearly and safely in Belizean waters at all times and to go around the channel.
PUP Deputy Leader Carolyn Trench Sandiford was another one of the over 100 persons who went on the Sarstoon Island expedition on Sunday. She says that she experienced the Guatemalan aggression firsthand.
I was in the boat that the Guatemalan military continued to ram, and while they were ramming our boat, they were telling us that if we touched their boat, that it would be considered an act of aggression, and then they, the military, would have the right to exert force upon us. I was there when they spoke of calling for their infantry. I was there when Audrey kept saying, "Donde está su papeles?" because they were asking us for our papeles. At all times, we were in the northern portion of the creek, near the southern shore of the mainland. At no time did we stray into Guatemalan territory. In fact, they were in our territory. When the OAS came by, we asked the question, are we not in our territory? And they said yes. At that point in time, we were.
Although he did not go on the trip to Sarstoon Island, retired BDF Major Lloyd Jones, who is also aspiring to be the PUP standard bearer in Belize Rural North, says that the actions of the government of Belize have led to Guatemala stepping up its aggression towards the country.
I was not there, but based on the footage that I saw, I can tell you without a doubt that what we witnessed on Sunday was an assault on the sovereignty of this nation. Nothing short of that. And if you have been following the behavior of the Guatemalan over the last few months, you will see an ever-increasing aggressive posture on the part of the Guatemalan, even as our officials shirk and cower in the face of this kind of behavior. What we had was an armed incursion into Belize. That is what we had on Sunday. And these matters are not to be taken lightly, and that the government of Belize has a duty to ensure that this kind of behavior is not repeated. We saw a vessel go aground not so long ago, I think it was in May, and the response of the government was what invited the behavior you saw on Sunday. A weak, a lame response to that grounding. The practice has always been that when you approach the Sarstoon River, the Guatemalans would come exercising what they call a right of visit. It is a normal practice under international law. But having determined that those people were Belizeans and that they were there for peaceful purposes, that was the end of that right of visit. The party leader asked that the government reassert control over the Sarstoon. What has happened since the Barrow administration came to power is a relaxation of our assertion of rights over the Sarstoon. So the Guatemalans have in fact been exercising de facto sovereignty over all of the Sarstoon. And now what you're seeing is they're now drifting north. We already have a challenge on the western border where they're drifting east. They're now attempting to drift north from the Sarstoon.
Today's pronouncements by the PUP were made during a press conference held at Independence Hall in Belize City. You're watching the 9 o'clock news. We will have more of the day's stories right after these messages.
More vehicle owners are switching to the PureGuard line of motor oils, and with good reason. PureGuard comes in different grades and specifications. It carries the API certification and comes with the Westrac stamp of approval, guaranteed to make your engine run cleaner and longer, up to 10,000 miles. With PureGuard motor oil, your engine will have less wear and tear, give you maximum performance on the road, and give your vehicle better fuel mileage.
PureGuard, good quality, affordable oil.
Distributed exclusively by Westrac Limited, with branches in Spanish Lookout, Belmopan, Belize City, and Orange Walk Town.
Are you always on the go? Tired of missing your favorite games while they're actually being played? Watch your games and sporting events live with Central TV and Internet's incredible MyTV. Simply log on to www.mitv.bz to get easy access to 25 channels, no matter where you are. With Central TV and Internet's MyTV, you're always in the game.
You too can ride off into the sunset. Milon motorbikes are very affordable. There's a high availability for parts and a wide selection of models to choose from. My Milon, my bike. Available countrywide.
Looking in your eyes, I see a paradise. This world that I found is too good to be true. standing here beside you, want so much to give you this love in my heart that I'm feeling for you.
Let them say we're crazy, I don't care about that. Put your hand in my hand, baby, don't ever look back. Let the world around us just fall apart. Baby, we can make it if we're heart to heart. And we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And if this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
Welcome back to the 9 o'clock news. Police in Punta Gorda town are investigating a burglary. It happened at the home of 46-year-old Dale Borland. According to Borland, the burglary happened sometime between last Thursday and Sunday morning when he was informed that the back door of his house was open. Borland's sons were occupying the house, but they had left for Belize City on Thursday. Borland says that when he arrived at his house on Sunday night, he found the back door open and observed that his television set and his 16-gauge shotgun were missing. The total value of the stolen items is estimated at $1,700. Investigations continue. Belize will have a representation at the 12th edition of the Caribbean Festival of the Arts, CariFesta. The 10-day spectacular opens on Friday in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, under the theme, Our Roots, Our Culture, Our Common Future. The Belize contingent to CariFesta 12 comprises a 21-member cast of artists, including the Garifuna Collective, Live Arts Project Belize, and the Unique Belize Brand Artisan. The Belize delegation to CariFesta 12 is scheduled to leave Belize for Haiti on Thursday and returns to the country on Sunday, August 30th. CariFesta is a cultural event of the Caribbean community CARICOM dating back to 1972. It features the very best of the performing arts, including dance, music, and theater, visual arts, that is, literacy arts, film and media arts, culinary cuisine, fashion design, cultural symposia, and a grand market of arts and craft. Participating countries include the members of CARICOM, as well as other countries in the Dutch, French, and Spanish-speaking Caribbean, as well as Canada and the United States. The news on the national channel.
More vehicle owners are switching to the PureGuard line of motor oils, and with good reason. PureGuard comes in different grades and specifications. It carries the API certification and comes with the Westrac stamp of approval, guaranteed to make your engine run cleaner and longer, up to 10,000 miles. With PureGuard motor oil, your engine will have less wear and tear, give you maximum performance on the road, and give your vehicle better fuel mileage.
PureGuard, good quality, affordable oil.
Distributed exclusively by Westrac Limited, with branches in Spanish Lookout, Belmopan, Belize City, and Orange Walk Town.
Are you always on the go? Tired of missing your favorite games while they're actually being played? Watch your games and sporting events live with Central TV and Internet's incredible MyTV. Simply log on to www.mitv.bz to get easy access to 25 channels, no matter where you are. With Central TV and Internet's MyTV, you're always in the game.
You too can ride off into the sunset. Milon motorbikes are very affordable. There's a high availability for parts and a wide selection of models to choose from. My Milon, my bike. Available countrywide.
Mainly fair and warm conditions will continue to dominate our weather heading into the second half of the week. The general forecast for Belize and her coastal waters is for partly cloudy skies tonight. Showers, if any, will be isolated. Winds over the open sea and along the coast will be easterly to southeasterly at 10 to 20 knots. The sea state will be choppy. Low temperatures tonight will be around 82 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 75 degrees Fahrenheit inland, and 70 degrees Fahrenheit up in the hills. Tomorrow, the high temperatures will be 89 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 98 degrees Fahrenheit inland, and 70 degrees Fahrenheit up at the higher elevations. The tides. There will be a high tide at 12:26 a.m. A low tide follows at 6:52 a.m. The sun will rise at 24 minutes to 6 o'clock in the morning. It will set at 17 minutes past 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. The extended forecast, valid through to Thursday afternoon, is for similar weather conditions to prevail. And that is a look at the weather with information provided by forecaster Michael Gentle at the Belize Weather Bureau. Tropical storm Danny formed today in the tropical Atlantic and is expected to bear down on the Caribbean as a strong hurricane on Sunday. Here is more on the latest storm in the tropical update.
All right, so we've been watching this wave off the west coast of Africa for a couple of days, and we have expected that it was going to eventually become something tropical, and now it technically has. We've officially got Tropical Depression 4. You can see that counterclockwise spin. Now, this thing's all the way out in the Atlantic by itself. It's going to be at least a week before it even reaches the Leeward Islands. So why are we watching it so closely? Well, because over the next couple of days, it's actually moving into a pretty favorable area for development, and we've known this was going to be kind of a quieter than usual Atlantic hurricane season, but you know, at least the setup right now is such that this thing could strengthen quite a bit. Now, after that, yeah, we don't really know what's going to happen, but a good chance this becomes at least a tropical storm, if not a low-end hurricane, by the time we get to this weekend.
To end the news, we take a look at the headlines once again. PUP leader pours shame on government for handling of Sunday's trip to the Sarstoon Island. Belizean artists are going to Carifesta 12. And a burglary is reported in Punta Gorda town. With the headlines, we end this edition of the 9 o'clock news. Thank you for joining us. I am Patrick Jones. Have a good evening and a good night.